What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indian Dots podcast. We are in the studio, the long-awaited studio. It's been 39 episodes since we said that we were going to do this in a studio. This is the first time I've done the podcast with you since our first ever podcast Christmas episode.
Which is very cozy on the sofa.
On the sofa at home at Karan's.
You were almost too close to me.
On the casting sofa.
Yeah, let's call it that.
Yeah, let's definitely call it the casting sofa. Okay. Yeah. Poor people, man. So many people have seen that sofa and not fulfilled their life ambitions or anything, man.
No, and remember, anyway, we've told the story too many times. But guys, if you're interested, listen to the first episode. You'll see how we just kind of started talking.
How's this feel for you, man? Doing it one-to-one in person. You can look at my mustache. I can look at yours.
I keep smiling at you, man. This is
exactly.
It's
man,
a little bit.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know. When it's on the screen, maybe it doesn't feel as intimate. So this is very intimate. Obviously, I watch a lot of Joe Rogan, and again, the cool thing is through Spotify, you can actually see the video with Joe, and you obviously think this is the epitome of doing a podcast. Once you've got a crane,
you can move this around.
You can move the crane, but the crane does feel, it's a bit like in your face, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. You have to be really close to it, like
absolutely.
as if you're about to kiss it. Yeah.
Your crane position is different to mine, though. You can see, like, this is like coming into my eye, whereas yours is like not.
What can I say, man? The guys here hooked me up. Yeah. They love me more than you. What can I say?
But yeah, man, it's good to be here. Finally,
it's good to be here, man. Finally, Karan, you're dressed up in the exact same overalls as what's in the actual logo of the podcast. Did you do that intentionally?
Am I?
Yes. Red overalls. Oh yeah. Cover of the podcast.
That's true.
Did you do the little thumbs up thing at the start like that, like in the actual audio? There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
Sorted.
No, not intentional.
No.
But it's between this and my blue scrubs. I feel like this gives me a bit more a vibe.
Came from work, right?
Yeah, I did come from work, but I had the choice this morning. I was like, I'm doing podcast today.
Yeah.
We're shooting it live.
Yeah.
Well, we always shoot it live, but it's going to be, in person. I'm going to wear my cool scrubs.
You're going to wear your coolest outfit. You know what? I'm glad you weren't wearing that fucking fleece, man.
I've got it.
But I'm glad you're not wearing it.
Do you want me to get it?
No, don't get it.
Guys, he's referring to my Burkhouse Builders fleece, which is so warm.
It's warm in here, so I wouldn't say to
I can always wear
that.
I don't see what your Dushmani guy means. Guys means what's Dushmani mean?
The what?
Dushmani.
Enemy.
Yeah. He's the enemy. He's the enemy of my jacket.
I am the enemy of your jacket. I agree with that.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to sort the light out behind us to stop it from flashing because it's really annoying me.
I think it's quite nice.
Carry on. Go on.
It's quite nice. There we go.
All done.
Constant.
See? Within arm's reach and everything. It's fantastic. Thank you for Veenpool Studios and Just Karan, the editor, not Just Karan, the doctor.
I think we should just clarify this. You're saying the name completely the wrong way.
I'm saying it the right way, how I think it should be said.
But it's not your name.
It's not my name. No,
that's
right.
Name.
But he doesn't mind it.
He's too kind. He, guys, being the owner of the studio who's sitting here and producing this for us.
Yeah.
Is too kind to tell you how to say his name.
How should you say it?
Just Karan.
Just Karan.
That's it. It's so soft.
Why can't you just say it in one? Just Karan.
There's no jazz. Jazz. It's not that,
jazz.
Man. What freshy are you, man?
Jazz.
No. It's definitely not that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, as you know, 1 week to go. Not even 1 week to go. How many days to the wedding? 3 days.
Days. Guys, can you hear his voice?
Can you hear how Bamara sound?
Bamara meaning ill, yeah. He's ill. He's in need of a doctor, but he's beyond my...
I'll be all right.
He's beyond my skills.
A little bit of a cold.
Well, I'm dubious. I don't think it's a cold. I think genuinely you are nervous.
I don't think I'm nervous at all.
You look nervous.
You know what? Truth be told, the last week or so...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm cracking the bottle. Last week or so, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie.
Last week you're nervous.
But today is the first day that I felt excited, happy, joyous, ready for it. Because I'm doing things that I want to do.
Okay.
Like last minute outfit stuff.
Tell us about that.
Getting everything ready. So today I went to town. I bought like all my stuff for like the reception. Mm-hmm. So for the party afterwards, the week after, I've got that all sorted out. I've got that ready. So I spent the day just doing that with my mummy and my brother. So mummy is my aunt. Yeah. So spent the day with them. It's really cool. And now I feel very happy.
Yeah, and you were telling me before the podcast you had some really, really good food today, so didn't you?
Yeah, man. We went to a place called something Poke in Snow Hill.
Yeah.
What was it? Cooler Poke? Yeah, anyway. My brother and Bubby found this when they were walking around Snow Hill, because no one tends to walk around Snow Hill in Birmingham.
I think it's a very commercial area.
So a lot of people think it's just offices.
Right.
Now, I thought that too until they told me to go there and check it out with them. And I went there, and things have sort of changed a little bit because of lockdown, everything closing. I know this is a very Birmingham related topic, so I'll try and be as quick as I can. But really good food. It's owned by a Michelin star chef who is in charge of it, and he chose to open this up because I'm assuming his margins are better, and it's obviously a better place for him to do all of this. And oh shit, I didn't press record on this. I'll press record on this as well in case I need that. So yeah, he set it up and he's running the business. Essentially, you go there and you pick out like a bowl, and in that bowl you can get different toppings, different bases. You can get different types of rice, you can get different types of salad, loads of different chicken, fish, etc. Vegan food. It's all friendly for all types of cuisine. And it was really filling.
Good pricing.
Really happy with it. Yeah, man. Really, really, really tasty. Even all the little toppings, like they said, do you want shallots, spring onions, ginger on top? And I was like, no.
Why?
But then my brother said, get it all on. I said, why? He said, trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had it all on. And he said, get the sriracha mayo.
Spicy sauce.
Yeah, the spicy mayo. Even though it's not that spicy, but to other people it's spicy. I had it and I was like, yeah, everything. You can taste everything. Individually. And everything matches. Nothing's overpowering. It's all complementary. And that's a really tough skill to have, especially when you're picking a dish. I didn't pick it out myself. I just chose one set on the menu and they make it up for you because they've chosen the best combination. It was really good.
So honestly, the way you're explaining it makes me sound like in my head it's like Subway. You're at a station and you're putting in. Is it like that, or they come to your table?
No, it's like. Have you ever been to a really bougie salad bar?
Yeah.
And in the salad bar, it's in these little like steel crates.
Right.
And in the steel crates, you've got the fresh ingredients that they top up every single morning or whatever. It's like that.
But as in, are you at a table and the food comes out, or you go somewhere to make
No, so you go to the table, you go to the counter. They make it for you, and you just eat it out of a plastic bowl. That's it, done.
Like Chipotle.
Yeah. Close to it, but you don't want to wait too long because if you leave it too long, the sauce gets to the bottom, it ruins the whole flavor. So you want to eat it within about 2-3 minutes of having it made. So otherwise, the flavor starts messing up.
What did you eat?
So I had the chicken, obviously.
With rice?
So chicken, rice, a bunch of different stuff in the middle, like different salads, coleslaw, shallots, ginger, sriracha mayo. What else is there? Jalapenos, all that stuff. It was just quality.
Sounds clean.
Really good.
Sounds really clean.
So check it out, man. Really, really worth going to. And after that, I have Five Guys as well because I'm fat. So
yeah, I mean that's quite a big meal there. So what's the time gap between that and Five Guys?
About an hour and a half.
That's not a lot of time, is it?
That's not long at all.
And you didn't go gym today.
And I didn't go gym today.
Wow, you need to get your steps in, boy.
But I did 12,000 steps today, man.
Wow.
Walking around town. That's it.
Impressed.
Thank you. I'm impressed too. I'm impressed with myself too.
What was that?
What was that? I believe that's from Just Karan's laptop.
Right. Okay. I'm not sure what he's watching.
A little bit of a blooper, but it's all good. I'm gonna carry on. I don't mind.
What do you do tomorrow? I understand you've got a busy day tomorrow as well with the family.
But tomorrow I'm gonna go and watch a film. And just
nice. Which film are you watching?
I want to watch the Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi?
Legend of the Ten Rings or whatever.
It's Marvel, man. You got to watch it.
Yeah, I have to watch it because I'm a fan of it. So I'll see how that is. People have said really good things about it, so I'm looking forward to it.
He's a good actor, man. I've told you Kim's Convenience.
Yeah.
The show on Netflix is where I think we first started. Really good actor, so I think he'll go far.
Yeah.
I haven't got around to watching it yet, but I want to watch that as well.
See what I mean? I'm proper excited for it, man. So that's that. And then head down on Friday, and then married on Saturday.
As you do.
Casually, as you do.
Looking forward to that.
Nothing to worry about at all.
The big wedding, the big Indy Sanj wedding.
What's weird is that looking back on my brother's and my sister's wedding, my sister's wedding had like a bit of a weird thing happen.
Give us a timeline. So sister got
my
married.
Sister got married in 2005.
2005. Brother was married
in 2012.
Fine. Okay.
I'm getting married in 2021. So pretty good gaps in between all of them. You know, 7 years, 9 years.
2005. You how old?
Sorry.
How old were you? 2005.
13.
Young boy.
No, 13, 12.
Young boy.
13, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, proper young baby-faced kid. I still wore a vodka to that wedding. That's how young I was.
And did you have a role in the wedding?
Did I have a what?
Role.
Yeah, of course I did. I had a role, which was to help my sister around doing the lama, right? And it was me and my brother. We were the only two. Obviously, we've got a big extended family. She only wanted us two to do it.
Right.
And it was my brother who was at the beginning. I was at the end.
Oh, okay.
And the Gurdwara was packed. So this is West Brom Gurdwara. It's packed. It's a hot day. There's no aircon. It's just fans at the top that look like they're about to spin off the flipping ceiling. One of them ones. And what happened was we did the first llama. My sister did it, and then come the second one. There's a guy at the very back of the Darbar Sahib who stands up, and he starts making his way to the front, stepping in between the gaps of everybody else.
There's a guy. Who's this guy?
Yeah, just a random guy.
I've never
seen this guy before, yeah.
He's attending the wedding, though?
Yeah, so he's attending the wedding. He stands up. He makes his way to the front, and then he makes his way around me to go to the back of the Grand Sahib, and he goes around and starts helping my sister around on the second lava. She's looking at him like, what the hell are you doing?
Sorry, this is somebody...
It's a random guy I've never met before. It's someone that my mum knew, her friend.
Okay, so he's invited to the wedding. He's not a complete random
Yeah,
person.
he was invited to the wedding, but I've never seen him before.
Right, so you can't be that close.
My sister's never seen him before. My brother never seen him before. Because
and he takes it upon himself to help his sister in a time of need.
Apparently his mum said to him, they're short on brothers. Get up there, help him out.
Okay, question. Is he from India?
No, he's from England.
Wow, okay.
Poor guy, man. His mum had to go at him and told him to go up. He walks up there, helps her around the second one. The third one, my brother gives him the eye to say, don't get up, just sit there. So he sat there for 2 more lava while my sister had gone round.
Oh, okay.
Sat there on the floor, just having his bestie done in front of everybody.
Yeah, but instead of your brother like throwing him out or whatever, he's like...
No, it was just like, just sit down and don't move.
Don't move, we'll have words
and just look like an idiot.
Right. What happened after the wedding?
Nothing. I mean, the poor guy eventually, after we got up, he got up as well and had to go back to his seat. But imagine doing that in front of everybody and everyone seeing you in all your glory.
Did your brother speak to him?
I can't remember. I don't think he did. I think we just sort of felt sorry for him, if anything.
Okay, key question. Is he going to be at your wedding?
No.
Can I make sure he's there at your wedding?
If you can track him down, go ahead, man.
Track him down. Maybe he can help you go around.
Maybe he can help me go around. You know what? I need the guidance. You got to go left, right? You can't go right. See, I said left, right. Can't go right. See what I did there?
There are some people that go the other way.
Yeah, I know there are. But you have to... The way I think of it is you're leading your wife round. So you have to overtake your wife and go left. There you go.
You don't want to say that.
I've just said it now.
You
That's
really
the only way I'm
don't.
thinking about it.
Guys, I just want to make this point very clear. I don't endorse that at all.
I don't endorse that at all. According to Karan, throwing that disclaimer out so his wife doesn't beat him up.
Absolutely. Well, just women everywhere. It's not about leading, and there's been a big thing recently about this because we had this movement where you had a bride and groom going around together side by side.
Yeah.
And that caused a bit of controversy. But yeah, I remember somebody giving me this analogy. She's like, you know when you walk a dog?
Yeah.
Who's at the front?
The dog.
And who's at the back?
The master.
Right. So when we're going around, who's at the front?
The man.
And who's at the back?
Wow, the master.
Yeah. That's
the analogy you want to go with.
No, that was given to me by a lady. And I was like, oh, yeah.
So she has me on a leash is what you're saying?
Well, I mean... We're on a podcast. Everyone kind of knows you and Sanj now, sort of. Although we need to get Sanj to the podcast. But I would say, of the two of you, Sanj, she's a powerhouse, man.
She's an independent woman, man.
No, she's a powerhouse, man.
What do you mean by a powerhouse?
Like, she wears the trousers, man.
Huh?
She wears the trousers.
She doesn't wear the trousers, man. You need to allow. She does not wear the trousers, okay?
But she is a powerhouse. And
we have our roles defined where she knows what she's good at and I know what I'm good at.
I'll do the podcast, dear.
I'll do the podcast,
and you run everything else. Yeah.
She runs the analytics. Done. That's a good diversion of strategy.
Like we said last week, they're the agents, aren't they? They're the agents.
Yeah, they are the agents.
They tell us what to do.
It's true. They tell us what to do, and we say yes, hanji, name.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So you're gonna get married? Okay, so that's on the Saturday. Sunday, what are you doing Sunday?
Sunday, head to her dad's house where you go and have roti the next day, and then you come back to the guy's house. So we'll make our way back up to Birmingham on Sunday afternoon.
Cool. And your family are going to be there staying over Saturday to go to the...
Yeah, so we'll be staying down there on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll all come back.
Nice, all together. And then and Sunday you got 3 days.
And then 3 days just to chill in Birms. Not going to do anything too strenuous. And then...
Going to show her the sights, yeah?
Show her the sights,
Warsaw, massive.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'll show her the sights.
Mate, listen. Arboretum Park, mate.
Arboretum Park,
and if you really want, Beacon Hills.
The Barbeacon.
Beacon Hills, man.
The Beacon Hill. You know what? That is an underrated spot for fireworks at Guy Fawkes Night.
Really?
Have you never been
near the school at the top?
Yeah. Have you never been up there?
Well, we're looking for somewhere to go. Maybe I should ask you, what are you doing for Bonfire Night this year?
Bonfire Night
falls
this
on
year,
a Friday.
I'll be in London.
Yeah, okay.
Because I've got a work due. But they've already planned it, yeah.
What?
Bonfire Night. They've already planned it.
What does that mean?
Advance.
What does that mean? Work due on Bonfire Night?
As in, they've planned like a social for all of us to go to on Bonfire Night.
Does that include Sanj?
No.
Then we'll take Sanj.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll take Sanj. Fine.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, Beacon Hill, I didn't know about that. What about Sutton Park? That's close to you.
Sutton Park, it's massive, isn't it?
Massive. It's nice
Absolutely
park.
massive. It's impossible to do a lap around it. It's so large. Because it just spans really, really far.
Okay.
So starts from like Banners Gate all the way to Four Oaks, really.
It's big. It's very big.
Yeah.
So Monday to Wednesday is kind of, like your mini moon period.
It's just chill. And then back to London Wednesday night.
Right.
We go to work Thursday, Friday. Then we're back in Birmingham on the Friday night. And then the party's a Saturday.
Oh, yes.
So it gives me a chance to do 2 trips worth of stuff that I'm going to take back and forth. So I can take a sizable amount of clothes and then get settled in, man.
You sound like the girl here, innit? Sizable amount of clothes. Sound like the girl.
I sound like a girl.
No, the girl.
You know what? This is what most girls normally do, innit? They tend to do this. But
you can empathise now.
I'm doing this now. Bruv, I empathised the whole way through. I had no qualms about it.
Absolutely.
I respected all of them. I was like, fair play, man.
Are you going to cry at the Dudley?
You know what? I was thinking, you know how most weddings have like a hashtag? And they're like, oh, hashtag, I don't know, Sundu, whatever. And you just put the names together and you try and make a pun.
A couple
I was
names.
like, I should start a hashtag for mine, which is Dolly for Indy, because I'm technically having a Dolly because I'm leaving home.
That's actually,
that's actually original.
That's really good. Yeah, I do like
and,
that. I was trying to, I paused there.
Tend to have that.
I paused. So I was trying to work Dio into that.
Wow, it's not going to work.
It's just Dio Dolly.
It doesn't work.
Indys Dio Dolly. Yeah, it's difficult.
Indys Dio Dolly, maybe.
But how do you feel about that? I mean, you've lived with your parents your whole life?
I've lived with mum and dad my whole life, but I did move to uni for 3 years in London, so I've done it before.
Yeah, okay.
And I kind of know what to expect because...
But I guess with uni, it's with the expectation that you're going to come back home.
Well, even then, with uni, there was I had a chance to change my life and not come back to Birmingham. So
after uni?
Yes, after uni, I was looking for jobs anyway, and I did get an interview for American Express in London.
Right.
And I had the interview. I didn't get it because I was really underqualified and I wasn't confident at all and I didn't know what I wanted to do. But if I did get that, I would have probably stayed in London. And then I was thinking, well, there's no chance I'd have come back to Birmingham. That would have taken my life in a very different direction. Like I wouldn't have met you, more than likely.
Correct.
I wouldn't have met all the people that I know in Birmingham at the moment.
You may have met Zanj though.
I would have still been friends with Zanj because we were friends in uni. Yeah. It would have been a different dynamic to our relationship now compared to then. So yeah, like my life could have gone in a very different direction.
And when you were at uni, obviously thinking about how life will be in the future, did you ever envisage not living with mum and dad?
I always knew I wouldn't live with mum and dad, but I didn't think I wouldn't be in the same city.
Yeah, so locally, you might move to like your brother.
Yeah.
That would have been the normal kind of...
Yeah, so I thought I would have lived within Birmingham, but times change, man. You move on and you realise that it's okay to move away from family and friends in Birmingham and to start a new life in London, especially when the circumstances align. Okay,
question for you though. So slightly... No, it's not controversial, but you're the youngest of 3.
Yeah.
So generally... Well, it can fall to the oldest. So, but in your family, your sister
to look after my mum and
dad. Yeah. So someone normally stays and has. No, obviously your sister's the oldest.
Yeah.
So she got married. She moved away. Fine. So then it's your brother.
Yeah.
Did they ever think about being that role?
So being that role in what sense?
As in
moving out of the city?
No. As in living with mum and dad.
No. As soon as Bao finished, he finished uni. He moved out straight away. He didn't want to live at home.
Right.
He was very independent. He always knew that he wanted to live out and have his own life and figure things out his way, have his own space.
Okay.
Me, I wasn't that inclined. I was like, I didn't want to move home because I missed uni so much when I moved back. But,
did you? Okay.
Yeah, but everyone was feeling the same. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm not alone in thinking this. But it turns out I didn't miss uni. I missed the people. Yeah. So if I stayed at uni and did a master's, for example,
in geography,
would it be the same?
In colouring.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same. I know. I would have gotten like some A-grade colouring pencils, right? Doing geography and shit. But the guys that I knew that stayed on said it didn't feel the same because everyone had left and you were just left with the people in the year below who you're not really that close to.
So then you're actually just studying, isn't it?
It gets quite dry and you're not really enjoying it. So it turns out you miss the people more than you miss the place, which is a fair representation.
Some great wisdom there. But yes, coming back to it. So is there, I'm not going to say the word guilt. Guilt's quite a heavy word, but how do you feel about, okay, mum and dad, like they're cool, man. Like, they're obviously independent. They're doing what they're doing. But is that part of like, do you think about that? Like, oh, okay, so they're going to...
I think about like how mum and dad are going to be looked after. And I'm very conscious of, say, for example, like my nanny, when she was on her last days,
right.
All the family were very thankful that my mum was so close by to look after her. and to be there, make sure that we could care for her and stuff. And I do think of that for my parents. And I've always thought that, look, if I needed to come back to Birmingham and spend time with them for a sufficient amount of time, I will always take a job that will allow me to come back and not have, I need to be in a flexible job. I won't take a job for a higher pay rise, but I have to be rigid in one place. I need the flexibility now because I have such a base in Birmingham. Like, I want to come back on a Thursday night in Birmingham and work at home on Friday, spend Saturday and Sunday at home with everyone, and
every
go
week
back on Monday evening.
Or?
Sorry?
You're talking every week or?
No, like just in general. If
you have the choice to do that.
Yeah, if I wanted that flexibility or if I had the choice to do it, I'll take it.
Nice.
And it's nice to be in a job where it can allow you to do that. And I won't sacrifice that in the future. I think that's really important to me. So say if mum and dad were to ever fall ill or they needed me, I could come up and it wouldn't be an issue.
And again, so this is the point. So as the youngest though, do you feel most pulled or inclined to do that? Does that fall to you? I do,
but I think it's also because I lived at home the longest out of everyone. Okay. And as a result of that, my parents are going to feel it more when I move out because I've always been there. Are they feeling it now? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, right. So mum and dad are definitely feeling it. I can tell. They aren't showing it, but they are.
No, but are they showing it? So are they becoming more loving, or is it more stern, like
no, it's not stern. It's more loving and like trying to spend more time with me, which is great. But my time is already really stretched at home. Like yesterday evening, I was loading up the podcast stuff. I was getting ready for today.
Right.
And I didn't really have much time to spend with them. But I've said, look, Thursday night we're definitely going to have like a full family night and just
in the cinema,
just enjoy it.
Not talking.
Huh?
In the cinema, not talking.
Watching
but at least
Marvel. We're all together.
And then when they all want to leave at the end of the film, you're going to make them wait for the post-credits. No, you're going to make them wait.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
Because Marvel, baby.
Yeah, I forget about that. And watch that shit.
And you can tell them that your dad going, yeah?
Oh, God, my dad. Is your dad going? I'm going to take his phone.
Is your dad going?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to take his phone, I'm going to put it on silent mode and keep it in my pocket so no one can call it. But
he's going to be like, why are we watching the credits? And it's like 20 minutes later.
Yeah, true.
He's going to be swearing.
Have I ever told you the story about how my dad picked up the phone in the middle of Harry Potter once?
Oh, you got to tell the story. Come on.
So
firstly, how old are you and which Harry Potter?
Huh?
How old are you?
I can't remember which Harry Potter it was.
And how old are you roughly?
About 13, 14.
So
this is just after my sister got married, I think.
Okay.
Because we went with her family as well.
Right.
So her in-laws. And
you were into Harry Potter?
Sorry?
You were into Harry Potter?
Yeah, massively. I still am.
Yeah, cool.
I love it.
Nice.
Right, so what happened? We went to the cinema, Star City.
Nice.
We're all chilling. The film's about to start. My dad gets a phone call.
Right.
And it is like the week Harry Potter came out on a weekend.
So there's prime time. Seats. Prime time, yeah.
Everyone's fucking there.
Yeah.
Phone
Does your dad have a ringtone?
Yes.
What's the ringtone?
I can't remember, but it was...
Is it Punjabi?
He had a... This was back in the Sony Ericsson days.
Tarti hildi, tarti
Mate, I
hildi.
wish he had a Punjabi ringtone. It was like... Do you remember that scene in Bend It Like Beckham where the auntie's phone rings and every auntie looks at their phone because they think it's their phone?
Because it's like a standard ringtone.
It's the standard ringtone that comes with the phone. Yeah. He picks up the phone, he starts having... Yeah. He has a full-fledged conversation with his mate on the phone in the Gurdwara as the film's opening.
Give me a name.
I don't know who
I'll do it. Come on, give me a name. Just give me a name. Santok.
Yeah.
Okay, मैं film
Hanji. Sat Sri Akal.
Oh, Harry Potter देखने लग गया जी.
Yeah. And we're like, Dad. He's like, shh. He's telling me to shush. And the fucking Dolby speakers are blaring out the Harry Potter entrance sound.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, what are you doing, man? You're doing my best. He's so hard in the cinema right now. Hataja, leave it, please. No. Hatajo?
You're Punjabi needs man. So you'd say to me, Karan, Hataja.
Yeah.
You say,
this
Dad.
Is past tense.
No, it's not that. Respect. Dad, Hatajo.
See, here's the thing. My parents say to me, Hataja, so I say to them, Hataja.
Because you're younger, that's why.
But I don't know that.
Tu.
No, I say Tusi to mum and dad.
Oh,
I learned that a while ago. I learned that a while ago.
Okay,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah. But Dad wasn't very helpful. And then eventually he got off the phone and
he did get
like, what, I haven't done anything wrong?
1 hour later.
No, like about a good 2-3 minutes later. It was the longest 2-3 minutes of my life.
Okay.
And I think I was sat next to him as well, which wasn't cool. So yeah, that's my dad, man. Typical Desi dads. Can't change him.
No, absolutely. But coming on to that point from before, it is an important thing. You know, as Asian families, we do think about our mom and dad getting elderly and doing things, and it's not like the setup in India where you can have, you know, servants who can, you know, make food. I mean, in India, they do everything. Like, they'll do massage, they'll buy your food or cook your food.
Yeah, I find that dynamic weird in India. I don't know how they just live with it.
No, but it's normal. Everyone has it.
It is normal, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because it's so readily available because it's so cheap.
Yeah. exactly. Cost of
But
labor.
the trade-off is that they live with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
As
they live in a separate part of the house.
Yeah, or like an outbuilding.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But again, you need the space, isn't it? So even at some point we're gonna have kids, right? And a lot of my friends have kids, and you hear all these you hear the good things, but you hear the horror stories as well. And me and Shindy were talking the other day, and I was like, yeah, we need a nanny or like an au pair.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, I think this is generally a good decision. And when it comes to time, let's look for someone, man. Let's just make this transition as I'm not going to say easy. It's not supposed to be easy, is it? But just to give you the hands to help, right? So we can focus on the bits we want to focus on.
Well, it also gives you flexibility to carry on with your career, because if you have that, you're still able for both of you to be
hands-free.
You're able to be full-time, but also Shindy can still maintain her career, and she can go part-time, full-time quicker than say some women that tend to have to take a full year out and then maximize their leave, then slowly reintegrate themselves, but then you only end up paying the differences in nursery fees or nanny fees. It just depends on how much salary you're on. And if your job even gives you the flexibility to come back to work part-time, a lot of them don't.
Getting older, man. This is stuff you have to talk about now.
These are the things you got to think about, man, especially with your next jobs that you're thinking to take. You make that trade-off in your head, don't you? Which is, am I doing this for my career? Am I doing this because I want to have kids? Or am I working twice as hard now so I can get up the ladder quicker, so when I do have kids, it's okay and I can stay there and I'm not going anywhere?
Yeah, I often think about that. I'm 31 years old now. I'm thinking about 10 years' time, where am I going to be? How old my kids are going to be. And then I think about, okay, so, the first 10 years, they're going to remember, but when it gets to the point where they really start remembering and conscious, then, I really want to be around and be readily available, like you said. Yeah. People used to ask me, what is success?
Hold that thought. Hang on. I'm just going to check the camera. Hang on.
Check color.
And we're back. All right. So what is success? Go on. So in regards to you having kids and stuff.
Yeah. So this, it's a very common question. And I think as you get older and you have more experiences and you get wiser, essentially, you can reflect on what your life has been and will be, you'll ask the question, what is success?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's really important to make it as tangible as you can.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people will have this arbitrary sense of what success is, and normally that's to do with money. Okay. It's either money or status, a car or a house or something like that. But day to day, you can have a nice car, but day to day, you're not going to really experience that car fully each day.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, tangible things like, when I was growing up, when we would get dropped off at school in the morning, Mom and Dad, and at the end of the day, at 3:30, schools used to finish early and stuff. You'd see some people, some of your friends, Mom and Dad could pick them up.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you just think, first you think, they must not work. They don't have a job. And now, like you said, or maybe they have a lifestyle that allows them to do that thing.
Exactly.
Right? And so for me, it's, can I be that parent that can take my kids to school, pick them up? When sports day comes.
Are you going to be there?
Oh, dad's race. Oh, I'm like
There's a dad's race?
Yeah. We had dad's race, we had granddad race, we had loads of races. This is at Mayfield, right? This is a school in Walsall. And I want to be there, man. I want to participate. I want to make videos, for memories and stuff. And I want to be in those races when they have their plays and stuff. I want to be there.
Yeah.
I want to have not so much. I want to have control of my time.
So you're able to facilitate it where you see fit.
Yeah, and invest in them, and sit down and have these conversations with them, broaden their minds, and get them around, the right people, have good experiences, expose them to lots of different things.
What's crazy is, it's good you're saying this and you're realizing this now, because Kevin Hart, he went on Joe Rogan recently, and he's he's got I work all the time, that kind of energy.
Right.
But do you remember how he had his accident a couple of years ago?
The car.
And he was paralyzed.
He flipped.
For a little bit.
The car flipped.
Yeah, the car flipped. I think he was paralyzed. He had to learn how to walk again and all that stuff.
Right.
And he said something really telling, which is, he said, I was dating my family, but I was married to my job. I think he said that, something of that kind. He said, now I've changed it. Now I'm actually married to my family and I'm dating my job. He said, if my kids need me there, I'll be there. But in the past, it was I'll do little bits and bobs with the kids. Yeah. And then I'm always thinking about work. Yeah. But he said, now, because that's happened, everything's flipped for me.
Reframed.
He's changed it in a different way.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really big of you to say and admit that, because most guys are like, I don't feel like that's the right thing to do. I should always just be the provider and focus on that. The kids will come later. I'm doing what's right for them. They'll understand one day. But kids don't understand, man. Like when they're young, they just want you there.
Yeah, they definitely don't when you're young. When you get older, you do value. Like when you start having to pay for things, bills, mortgage,
Yeah,
big
then
things.
you'll understand. But that's like 20 years later. The
Oh,
first
yeah,
20 years, you mold
yeah.
your kid. You could fuck them up really badly if you don't spend any time with them or give them the affection or attention they need.
And that's what it is attention, isn't it? It's your intention as a parent is, clearly I care about you, therefore I'm providing. But you don't communicate that. Like you don't, even if you do try and communicate that, it doesn't make sense as your child. So for the child, it's like, oh, clearly you don't care. Right? That's what they feel.
Yeah.
And so, you just have to spend quality time. That's the key.
Yeah.
Wherever that is, whether it's protected days per week. Wow, we're talking like we have kids, but at some point this will become relevant. And guys, if you're listening out there, what do you guys do? How do you prioritize and chop and change between work, life?
Drop us a comment and tell us your honest thoughts on how you would handle this exact same approach. Do you think that we're onto something, or do you think that we're just chatting shit and everything's going to change one day when you have kids and everything goes out the window and you just figure it out as you go along?
Mike Tyson, everybody has a plan until
you get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Well, it's good you're bringing up kids, because I had a question posed to me the other day, which is, when did we stop becoming kids? So, progressively when you grow up, you stop being a kid and you start being an adult. I know that changes for every kid depending on your circumstance, but for you, when did you stop becoming like a kid?
Define kid.
Well, what do kids do? Kids play, they enjoy themselves, they have carefree lives, they don't worry about adulting, basically. They don't worry about bills, money, etc.
Easy answer, man. When I graduated.
When you graduated, that's when you stopped being a kid. So when you were 23?
No, I mean from a responsibility point of view, I didn't pay any bills. So like, it just is just an easy life, isn't it? And the funny thing is, it's like you go from a life where, so pre-graduation, I didn't really have a job. Obviously, wasn't a doctor and stuff. So you don't really have any money. You're fully dependent, but you're okay.
Yeah. And
then you go to a place where you start making money and you're like, I'm worse off than when I was before.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense. You're like, I was fine when I had nothing. Now I have stuff. I still don't have it.
When you have stuff as in what?
As in you start having an income. You're like, where the bloody hell do I spend it? And so, that was the first part of my journey kind of into working life.
Yeah.
Not really understanding what I should be doing here. But again, you learn, isn't it? You stay in the game. And then, again, the wiser you get around the right people. You start learning about investments. And again, you hear the word investments, you think, oh, it's a really boring thing. And it's a boring thing. But the output of that, the end result is, do I have an income which allows me the time, choice, and freedom?
But also, so for you, it was just when you graduated at 23. That was it. That was when you stopped being a kid.
Well, if you're basing on the notion of paying bills and contributing.
Mine was just money, like having a large amount of money to deal with, like going to uni, your student loan dropping. You're like, shit, what do you do with this? How do you not spend it all at once?
See, I didn't have a student loan, so I've never.
So I had a student loan, but it went to my accommodation. So,
as in, when you say it went to your accommodation, is it automatically paid, or you have to make the payment?
As in, I made the payment for it all to go to my accommodation.
So you had to do that, then.
And then I was given money by mum and dad to live off a month instead, to get me by in London.
Yeah. Okay, so that was your like per diem. That was what you lived
and then
off.
In that month, I had to figure out how to not overspend the money that I was given,
budgeting,
and then use it correctly. And then over summer, you get a job and you work as well, so you can just have a bit more leeway over the year in case you wanted to dive into allowance, what did you do? Or go somewhere. Sorry?
You got a job?
Yeah, so I worked for my sister in her opticians for 3 years.
Okay.
Every summer. So first year, second year, third year. Done. Huh?
For free?
For free. No. She paid me.
Minimum wage. Half minimum wage.
No, she paid. Funny story. And she's going to hate me for saying this, but I was working for her and I shouldn't have been taxed because I was a student, and I was taxed massively on my paycheck.
Right.
And I was like, I need that back.
Did you know what tax was at that point?
Yeah, I did, but I thought I briefed her already that I shouldn't be taxed, but her tax person messed it up.
Right.
And I said, can you get it back for me? She said, I don't know when it's going to come back. It could be next week. It could be a while. And I said to mum, Mum, I don't think she's doing it properly.
You went to mum?
Yeah.
You told her?
Within 3 days or something.
How old are you at this point?
19.
So you're not young, and you went and told your mum?
I went to mum. I was like, Mum, I think she's messing me around, because mum runs her own business.
Correct.
So I was like, Mum, is this correct? And she said, it depends on the person. But just by coincidence, I'm not saying that mum had a go at her or anything.
Oh, she absolutely
She didn't have a go at her, but coincidence, I
Yeah.
got paid the full tax amount meant to me within 3 days. So I was like, oh, the power of mum, eh?
Absolutely. What did you do? What did you do with your the saved
I was
money?
working as an optical assistant, so I do like all the pre-screening tests.
Okay.
I'd help people pick out glasses, taking till payments, checking stock, just normal basic admin stuff, really.
For the whole summer?
For the whole summer, yeah.
And summer in university is quite long, isn't it?
Yes, it's about 2.5, 3 months.
That's 5 days a week you're doing this?
Near enough, yeah. I did 5 or 6 days a week, depending. Normally 5. I'd have a day off in the week, but I'd always work Saturday, because Saturday was their busiest day. Yeah.
Okay. So you must have had a decent sort of income after this.
I did, but then I remember one summer, my laptop conked out on me during first year at uni. So my whole summer for that was pushed towards buying a new laptop.
Were you an Apple boy back then as well? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my first laptop, my first Mac died on me towards the end of first year. So my whole summer was geared towards saving up for a new laptop. Then at the end, I bought a new one for uni. So that was summer 1, I think it was. Then 2 and 3 was for just other expenditure.
Look at you, man. You're a grafter, you are.
I was, man. You wouldn't have thought it, though, would you?
No, I don't think. I don't perceive you to be lazy.
Well, I think I stopped becoming a kid then. Going back to the topic, I think I stopped becoming a kid during then, but also when I noticed how much private school cost.
Okay.
Because I was sent to private school. I was fucking around loads in school. Like, I wasn't giving it the full amount. I wasn't paying attention properly. I was just being a bit of a rebel.
Twat.
In really modern terms.
Twat is
bit
the
of a
word.
twat, basically, yeah. And then my sister sat me down and said, do you know how much private school is? I was like, no. And then she sat me down and showed me. And I was like, I'm going to stop fucking around now, right? Because I was like, this isn't something you can just get back and chill.
And you had realization of what that meant, that
I had that realization, that moment, like, yo, mum and dad are paying a lot.
Yeah.
They're driving me far to come take me here to school.
Right.
I need to stop fucking around. And then that kicked in. I think I started to stop becoming a kid then, and I started working properly in school, doing my homework, getting everything done, trying to progress and just be a better pupil, really.
So if I spoke to your mum now, I said, Auntie, you know, if we look from an investment lens, right,
did I give you a decent ROI?
Yeah, what's the ROI?
What's the ROI?
Auntie,
what's the value of Indy right now in monetary terms?
Private school which padaya, guys, that means, you know, studied in private school. They ਉਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਕੇ, and after all that, coloring karta.
What does that mean?
Coloring karta. I can't even say it in Punjabi.
What does that mean in English?
So, Indy went through all this. Spent all this money, all this investment to colour a few things in. But at least he's a Bhangra champion. At least he's got a podcast. At least he's probably got the best beard in town.
At least I'm moving out your hair to London. See?
I don't know how I feel about that, man. I don't think it's hit me yet. The thing I am genuinely excited about is you're in London. You've got a base.
Yeah.
I'm coming to London a lot more, man. Like,
good. I'll blow up the airbed for you. You can come stay.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm happy about that. I'm happy you both know London. You really like food.
Yeah.
Which is something that's been a revolution for me in the last few years.
Yeah.
Mainly because of Shindy. I'm excited, man. Like, Winter Wonderland this year.
Let's go.
If you're down, like, we go every year.
I'm down.
But now I'm like, oh, now we don't have to come back. Now we can stay as well.
Yeah, now you can stay in park your car and we can go together. Done. Happy days. That'd be great.
Very good.
It'll be quality, man.
So excited.
So yeah, I don't think being a kid is a bad thing. I think everyone has to grow up at some point. The kids that I had the most sympathy for are the ones that stop becoming a kid sooner.
Because of family circumstances.
Someone elder passing away.
Or becoming a carer or something.
Yeah, or you have to, as you said, just be a carer, and that's cruel, I think. It molds you into a different person. It drives you to be a different person quicker. But there is a trade-off where you didn't really get much of a childhood. And to those guys, my heart goes out to them, man, honestly. It's not the same. I can't relate. I can only sympathise. These
childhood actors, you know, we see Kevin.
Oh shit, man! Like Macaulay Culkin.
That's it. I was gonna say Kevin, but Kevin's his film name.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's cool, right? But you go through life having not had a proper childhood, and then you get to chronologically what is older age, and it's like, oh, that time's gone now.
Yeah.
So it seems cool, but actually, you know, what was fun about being a kid is, like you said, it's been carefree.
Yeah. Would you ever enroll your kid to being an actor at a young age? I personally wouldn't, because I want him to have a childhood.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, and it's easy to say, isn't it? Like, I'd probably, the answer would say, yeah, I wouldn't now. But then if the opportunity came, it's like, well, you could get this, that could lead to that, your life is set. I don't know, man.
But their life is going to be set because you're their dad. That's what you got to think, isn't it? Like, you're always going to provide for your kid. So they don't have to work for themselves so early. They can just have a childhood.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Or it's like, my God, they're so tremendously talented.
Yeah.
Now, even like the big guys that we see now, Leonardo DiCaprio, all right, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
All right. So these guys had roles when they were young, but not that young.
How young are you talking, though?
Like, not Macaulay Culkin young.
So not like Home Alone.
No,
9 years old.
No. And I think maybe there's an age where even if you're getting to acting, if you're young-ish, like maybe say past 10 or something, or towards like early teens,
yeah,
then they seem to be fine. It's the ones who are super young they're into
Not necessarily. Look at Justin Bieber. He was discovered really in his early teens, and he was fucked up for years, man, with that level of fame that hit him straight away. So it just depends, right? It depends on each person.
It depends on who's person, depends who's around you. People have so much access now. Like, everything is just social media, man. Like, there's scrutiny.
So imagine now that our kid, I'm not saying me and you have a kid, but like the next generation of kids in the future, they're gonna have access to all those socials. Maybe something even more addictive and something that's gonna promote themselves even quicker than what they're used to.
Yeah.
It's more polarizing. It's much more extreme, and I want to probably safeguard them from that.
Yeah, and that's something to think about how you actually do that. Like, physically, you don't give them a phone, or they have a phone, they have timeout. Like in that Netflix show where they put it in the box and it gets locked.
Yeah.
It's how do we actually do this so they don't then rebel and act out more. Yeah.
Depends on it. It's
Did you plan this episode to be about parenting?
No, I didn't. I just came and talked to you.
Right. Okay.
I didn't have anything else to talk about. I just thought I got to wing it today because I didn't have any time to prep. I did want to ask you, what's your favourite cartoon growing up? Now we're on the topic of like childhood.
A good question. I had a selection of cartoons. Oh, Tordy. You fell off the chair.
You just slipped out of his chair. Yeah, go on.
Chair.
I did the same earlier. I smoothed it out though.
Favorite cartoon. There's a couple. So, original Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
That was banger. I thought Scrappy was my favourite character, man.
Scrappy. I really liked Shaggy, man. Shaggy with his little beard, little goatee. And you know what it was? The cartoons of that era, like, you know when Shaggy would have his the food.
The Scooby snacks.
No, Scooby. Like, you know what like if he's having like a milkshake, or he's having like a long baguette, like the food looked better than it did in real life.
Yeah,
it always did. Always did in the cartoon. Yeah. So I used to love Scooby-Doo. That was really good.
Scooby-Doo. Just touching on that.
Go on.
Scrappy. Yeah. Was the personification of little man syndrome.
Okay.
100%. 100%. Yeah. Trying to act bigger than he is. Always gets protected by the elder or the bigger person every single time anything happens, and therefore gets more and more brave as the episodes go on with the extremity of doing stupid shit.
Okay. Fred and Daphne were obviously together, and Shaggy was always high and had the munchies. I mean,
had the munchies, bro.
Things you don't see.
Things you do not see.
Wilma was obviously the cleverest one of them all. Original Batman. Love the original Batman.
Original Batman. So which one?
So this is the animated one where...
Is this where it's old Batman and new Batman?
No. It's like... No. That was good. I did like that one.
That was good, but I can't remember the name of it.
That was called Batman Forever or something.
Something like that, where Batman had like a red logo on his chest. Yeah, but he was younger Bruce talking to... Not even younger Bruce, he was just talking to old Bruce Wayne as a guide.
Yep. This was the original Batman where the end of the intro would be lightning. He's standing on top of the building.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
So that was good. I mean, to be honest, I still watch that to this day sometimes.
Really?
The episodes are on YouTube, and I'll just crank back. They're like my favorite Batman episode, if you want to watch it, guys, is called Perchance to Dream.
The fact you know the name of it is quite telling.
Oh, I love it. It's a great episode.
Do you watch that episode again and again?
Not again, but I watch it periodically. There are some things I watch periodically. Dexter's Lab.
Dexter's Lab was a good one.
Johnny Bravo.
What about Pokemon?
No, not really.
You didn't get into it?
Like, I watched it, but it wasn't like my Cartoon Network and Ed, Edd and Eddy, Count Chicken.
Yeah, but when you had Pokemon cards in school.
Yeah, I like the Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards were sick, but also just watching it, like, what was it, the Johto League or whatever it was?
Yeah, okay.
But it was great, man.
What about
you saw Pikachu and you saw like the different types of Pikachu out there,
Pika.
and the Pikachu that was on the beach,
right?
That lit up in blue. I was like, yo, this is sick.
Yeah, I don't remember that detail.
It was great, man. I used to love it. Absolutely love it.
What was your show then, apart from Pokemon?
Should have been Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z was sick.
All right, if you were a character in Dragon Ball Z, who'd you be?
I'd be Gohan.
Okay, tell me why.
Because he's not the one in the limelight all the time.
He is though. Like when
he's
Cell.
No, but only in that saga. After that, he fades away into the background.
Because he marries Vidya.
See what I did there?
Huh?
Yeah. And then he turned into Saiyaman.
Saiyaman, that was so
Saiyaman. That was weird, man.
And then he becomes Ultimate Gohan.
Yeah, I was thinking Gohan because he's not as bait. Everyone's gonna say Goku or Vegeta. Like, it's obvious.
Vegeta is like a dark character, though.
Vegeta's a dark character, but everyone's like, oh, I've got some Vegeta in me, but I've got some Goku in me too. And it's like, well, just be Gohan, innit? Like, have your moment, step to the side and let everyone else carry on. It's cool.
I see you more as a Krillin.
Krillin? You think I'm the bitch that dies every single saga? That's what Krillin is, man. Just a kid that goes there, fights, dies, and they wish him back to life every time.
Who does Krillin marry then?
Android 18.
There you go, man. He looked out in the end, didn't he?
Android 18.
There you go.
I never understood how they had kids either.
I don't know. The dragon gave him kids.
The dragon gave him kids.
Or you can be Yamcha.
Yamcha was shit too.
Yamcha was the guy who looked like Goku, but had like
no strength. He looked like Goku, but he just wasn't him.
Yeah,
he
no
just
strength at
really
all.
Shit.
Or Tien.
Tien had this one move where, that's it. The little triangle move where he was holding down. Was it Cell? He held him down there for like about 10 minutes. Everyone could escape.
Yeah.
Then got his arse handed to him. That's it.
Or his little sidekick. Who's little sidekick?
Oh, what's the one?
Chotu.
The little.
Yeah, like a
one you're on about.
White faces on it.
The white face one. I can't remember.
Yeah, the gangster.
Chaozu. Because he could blow himself up. He was the first terrorist, man. I'm telling you. He was inspiration to those people.
Master
Krillin. No, Master Yoshi.
Yeah, he was gangster.
Master Yoshi was cool.
Yeah, glasses didn't do anything, but
no, he was low key horny as well.
Yeah.
He was, man. He was weirdly horny about everyone.
Yeah.
Inappropriately horny as well at that young age.
He liked Marion.
Yeah. It was weird. I'm like, yo, what you doing, man?
Yeah. All the girls on it.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z was good shit, man. And I didn't really have anything else beyond that. I mean, obviously the bait ones that you've mentioned, Dexter's Lab and all that stuff. I did low key like Powerpuff Girls.
Mojojojo.
I loved it. I don't know why I liked it so much. I used to think like, this is a cool show to watch.
The story, and again,
but I never used to tell anyone I watched it. I was a bit ashamed that I watched it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't go around school telling anyone I watched it.
Fair play. I watched it as well. I didn't know.
Yeah, but but did you openly tell people you watched it?
I wouldn't deny it.
You wouldn't deny it?
No.
But you wouldn't go around talking about it, would you?
Don't know. Can't remember.
There you go.
I think at that age, you watch everything, don't you, pretty much?
If you watch anything on TV at that age, you tend to pick and choose, and you're just thinking, well, let me just watch something that's available now. What's on at 4 o'clock? Oh, that is, cool.
A lot of routines built around TV, isn't it, when you're that age?
Yeah. Yeah, it is actually, because you're like, do you remember how The Simpsons was on at 6 o'clock on BBC Two? And then The Fresh Prince is on at 6:25?
Didn't watch Simpsons.
You didn't watch The Simpsons ever?
No, as I got into it really late.
What the? Why?
So again, all right, this is going to sound really snobby, yeah. But because we had these other channels, I used to think, Channel 4 was like poor man's channel. So I didn't watch it.
It wasn't Channel 4, it was BBC Two.
Or BBC, like those are like free channels, and I was like, no.
Oh my days, you got spoiled by choice.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna watch this other channel where it's Cartoon Network's there and Toonami's there. I was like, no, which is basic channels. And it's Channel 4 now, isn't it? It used to be BBC Two.
I don't know what.
Then it became Sky
One
or something.
Channel 4 now, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Channel 5.
So I got in Simpsons late, and I was like, this is actually a really good show.
Who got you into it?
Simpsons. Someone at school.
Hang on, how late are we talking? Like year 10 late? Or
No, like I'm talking yes, year 8.
It's still quite late, man.
Yeah. I watch it now.
Okay.
Then now, Family Guy, South Park.
Yeah, Family Guy and South Park is
just
good.
Great shows, man.
Well, not Family Guy. No, I prefer South Park. I don't really like.
It's different. It's different.
You should
different
watch
humor.
Big Mouth on Netflix.
Big Mouth.
Okay. It's a very graphic cartoon that's based on teenage hormones. And
why do you want me to watch this?
It's hilarious. That's why. It's really funny.
Oh, you should watch. I think it's called Prince.
It's called Prince.
Yeah, The Prince. I think it's called The Prince. It's basically, I think it's the makers of Family Guy who made this thing about the royal family.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Is it a spoof?
It's a whole series. Yeah. Like, it's obviously very, pushes the boundaries. But like the opening episode, they're at Buckingham Palace having breakfast. And obviously Prince Philip's passed away now, but they show Prince Philip there. He's like grey.
Yeah.
And then they're doing it from the point of view of Prince William.
Right.
No, not Prince William. What's William's son called?
Prince Harry?
No, it's his brother, man. Prince William. He's married to Kate.
Yeah.
Their son.
Oh.
George. Prince George.
Prince George. Yeah, fine. I don't know his name. Yeah.
Anyway, it's from his point of view, the prince, right?
So everything's all cartoony and childish.
Yeah. And so at the dinner table, and Prince Philip, like, I don't know, he coughs or something. And he goes, "Oh, get the defibrillator.
Oh,
and he's like, "Oh, no, he's okay. It's just... And then there's a bit like where Charles sitting next to Camilla.
Yeah.
And Camilla's like, "Oh, she doesn't like me." He's like, "No, it's fine. She likes you. About the Queen.
She doesn't like her at all.
Yeah. It's
I wouldn't like her either.
It's and then they shoot over to America and you see Meghan and Harry and Meghan's like, "Yeah, I'm really glad that we made this decision to make our own money." He's like, "Yeah, I just need to work out how to make $50 million a year and it'll be fine.
Just so we can have all the security and stuff in it."
Yeah. And the famous clip is like when they show the show, they live in a flat, right, in America.
Yeah.
In the show, and he's like, "Yeah, basically we're just living in a little palace. Lots of little palaces put together." It's so again, she's like, "You need to stop thinking about palaces."
Yeah. That's pretty spot on, to be fair.
Watch the show, man. The show is hilarious.
What's it on?
It's on I actually don't know.
How do you watch it then?
Dodgy Box.
Dodgy Box.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for at least having a dodgy box.
Oh, that's not ours. We're at someone's house, and they were like,
they had it.
They were trying to sell us a dodgy box. They were like, "You need to get one of these dodgy boxes."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Okay, so show us." And then they put this on. He was basically saying it's got all this on-demand content.
If you get a jailbroken Fire Stick, it's the same thing.
Right.
So you can get an Amazon Fire Stick, you plug it in, it's got all the jailbroken stuff on there, like all the streaming stuff. So that's a similar thing. It's more of a portable thing as well.
Rather than a box.
Yeah.
But yeah, great show.
Sorted. Let me just change the camera one time. All right, and we're back.
We are back in live in the studio.
Back and live and direct. Yes. So, Karan, what's a better franchise, Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
This is very easy for me.
Have you never watched Star Wars?
Exactly. Lord of the Rings is the best.
How can you
franchise.
never have watched Star Wars? This is what I don't get.
Have never taken the time to show it to me.
What?
You don't spend quality time with me. You come to my house. You take your pant off.
Star Wars has been around since the 1980s.
You get your gun out and you start drilling your ass.
Why haven't you guys watched Star Wars?
Again, it's just no one in our family's in Star Wars, so...
Have you tried it?
Yeah. I watched Rogue One. I think that's the one with Felicity.
No, you're going in the wrong order, man. No.
Yeah. Obviously, I need to watch it in the right order. The originals as well. I'm happy to do it. Again, if around Christmas, if you want to do a bit of a marathon, happy to watch it. Lord of the Rings is a standard Christmas thing for us. Extended edition.
Does Shindy like it?
No.
There you go.
Like what?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, no, she loves Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Does she?
Well, pre-marriage, she didn't know what it was. Now she loves it.
Does she actually love it, or does she say that to you to make you happy?
Ask Shindy to do her impression of Schmeagol.
Oh, God.
All I'm going to say is, at random points when we're just about to fall asleep,
she makes that little squealing sound.
She will just say some stuff, and I will just shit myself, because she's that good at it. So, yes, she's a big Lord of the Rings fan. And we'd wanted to go to New Zealand actually last year, so we can, see Minas Tirith, go to Hobbiton and everything.
You have to watch Star Wars simply because it's one of the greatest movie franchises ever made. Okay, it's been obliterated now by Disney. Is as good
as Fast and Furious?
Sorry?
As good as Fast and Furious.
It's better than Fast and Furious.
I'm joking.
The fuck, man? How are you going to compare it to that?
Oh my God.
Hi.
Is it better than our 2016 set? No comparison.
Nothing comes close.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got to watch it, man, because Star Wars captured a generation of people that are older than us and now younger than us.
Right.
So I've got Sanji's nephews that love it, but then Mars who are into Star Wars as well.
Right.
And they're hitting like 50, 60.
Cool.
So you've got 60 years of people there that you pretty much hit, and you've got backlog. I think Star Wars is the second biggest franchise in the world. I checked it today.
After?
I don't know what the first is.
Interesting.
I'll check now, actually. Hang on. Go on, speak.
So the biggest franchise in the world. Okay, so Lord of the Rings, James Bond, Harry Potter, not Fast and Furious. If you check it, wait, give me a clue. Have I said it?
You should know this.
Have I said it?
No, but you should know this.
Right, okay. So biggest franchise of all
This is
time.
in North America, FYI.
What do you mean North America?
So the pool it's reading off is North America.
Okay, right. How many films in this franchise?
Loads, and you've watched a lot of them.
It's not Harry Potter.
No.
James Bond.
No. James Bond is number 9.
No. All right, give me a clue.
I can't give you a clue because it'll give it away.
All right. Right. Big franchise. Obviously, okay. We said it's not Fast and Furious. Die Hard.
All right. Here's a clue. It started in 2008.
That's really recent.
Yeah.
It's the biggest.
It's the biggest of all time.
Started in 2008. Loads of films, you said. Oh.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah.
yeah. So how we forgot Marvel?
Marvel's number 1.
Marvel's number. Yeah, that makes sense. Number 2 is Star. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Number 2 Star Wars. Number 3 is Wizarding World. So Harry Potter, basically.
Number 4 is DC.
Yeah. Number 4 is Avengers. So they've separated it out. I don't know why on the purpose of this list.
Okay, but Marvel, man.
Number 5 is Spider-Man.
Yep.
Number 6
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Damn.
Number 6 is X-Men. And
Really?
Number 7 is Batman.
Batman is lower than Spider-Man and X-Men.
Yeah, but this list gets a bit weird because it's put Harry Potter at 8.
Right.
Which is what I don't get because it's also put Wizarding World high enough. Anyway. And Bond is number 9. DC is 10.
DC makes a list.
And by the way, Lord of the Rings is 11. They call it Middle Earth. The franchise is Middle Earth. So I'm assuming under that comes The Hobbit as well.
Yeah, they've only had 3 films, man. So, you know.
No, The Hobbit will come under that as well.
Oh, only 6 films.
It's still decent. They had 6. Star Wars had 9. Fucking Avengers has had like 30, right?
Yeah. Lord of the Rings, man. Just a special place in my heart. Because I remember where I was when I watched the first Lord of the Rings. I remember the fear at Star City, big screen, seeing the 9 ring wraiths, making that noise, all covered in black hoods. And I was like, my God, this is scary, man.
Did you never read the books?
No, I did, but you have a picture, and then you see it, and you're a young kid, man. I was like 10.
Yeah, but the books were... Did you enjoy the books?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You're committed, man, honestly.
Lord of the Rings is just...
It's not, Garam, man. Give it up. You're chatting so hard.
Why?
You're doing the most. It's not.
I love it, man.
I can tell you love it.
Oh, exactly.
Right?
I can watch that any time, any day. I feel it's real. That's the thing. I really feel it's real.
Oh, God. I can't get through to you, man.
Fast
and Furious, by the way, is 13 on the list.
See, it's getting there. Another
getting
20,
there,
another
but
50 films.
It's any good. It's shit.
Another 50 films would be number 1.
Oh, God, man. It's horrible. But yeah, Marvel, there you go. For the win. Imagine that. Star Wars first premiered in 1978. Marvel comes along in 2008. Trounces it. That's it. Just because it has more global appeal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Remember how being a geek wasn't fashionable, and now it is?
Yeah.
Weird that, isn't it?
Absolutely. All these gamers, man.
All of a sudden, it's like you can have these trailer analysis guys that analyze a whole trailer of Marvel, get millions of views on YouTube, and they're saying the most obscure, crazy shit that they can think of, and people buy into it.
It's all about attention, man. Everything is about attention.
It's about attention and also hype and dropping something at the right time.
The timing and attention.
And if you've got a big pool of potential interest, then it works out.
Influence the market, man.
We could do that.
Yeah, let's talk about Bhangra.
Let's talk.
And the 10 people that really enjoy listening to it.
Yeah, man. Why not? No, let's not. I'm not getting into that again. That chapter's closed, bruv.
Okay.
It's done. We're too
done.
old.
It's done.
Indies can't take it.
Indies now professional basketball players.
We're now going to do that old uncle dance at every wedding now.
I will be doing it at your wedding, yes.
You've got the old uncle dance on lock, you know. You've got this old auntie dance that's really freakishly accurate.
It's the eyes. It's all in the eyes.
It's all in the eyes, and it's this little view of like some auntie that has sass looking around like, I'm having a good time, but I don't want to talk to you.
You've got to click the fingers at certain points, and you've got to maintain eye contact as you move side to side. I will demo this at your reception, and if you want to make some footage,
I'll tell you what. If you get Shindy to record it on the Indian Docs page,
we'll put it on,
we'll put it on, and then we'll like, this is the dance referred to in this week's episode.
This is the dance, right? If you want to become the auntie of aunties, the Gidda queens,
exactly.
This is how you do it.
That's it. That'd be fantastic.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Lovely.
I think we'll wrap it up there, man.
Okay, darling.
It's been a good episode. This has been interesting.
I'm
I hope we can do this again in the future.
Next year. Yeah.
It'd be quality, man. Look, whenever you want on a weekend, if you're free, I'll come down and we can do this.
Lovely.
If you're free on weekends. If not, we'll stick to Zoom. We do have a guest coming on soon.
We do.
But we won't be telling people who it is. It's a big guest, though. Very big for me and you.
Absolutely.
Really big for the C community as well.
Excited.
So that'll be a very exciting guest. That'll be just after I've moved to London. Next week, Goran will be running the podcast on his own with a guest of his own.
Or will I?
Or he can take a week off if he wants. I ain't going to stop him.
Thank you. He's giving me permission now.
I'll be soaking up my glory of getting married, innit? So
yeah.
Soak it all in. Right. I will catch you soon. Guys, you know what to do. If you watch this on YouTube, which I hope you did so you could enjoy the visual views of this, you know, I got out some nice pair of Jordans for this. Right. I got on a Yoda t-shirt for this, bringing up my Star Wars topic. Goran's wearing his overalls in the logo that you see every single time on the Indian Doctor page.
I'm very basic. I'm very frugal.
So please like that video.
Frugality.
Please comment under that video. And please send it to somebody else that you think would enjoy the content, the visual aesthetics, the laptop, the layout of my tissue on the table. Comment. I know you're thinking dirty intentions.
Did not say that.
Water bottles, everything.
Branded
Blue
water
Yeti,
bottles.
all this stuff. It's fantastic. Thank you, Veenpool Studios. Thank you to Just Karan, number 2. The real Just Karan here. Let's be honest.
Guys, come on. When you hear this episode, Indy, when's going to be? Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Right. Indy will be married. So guys, I want to take this moment to wish him the very best ahead of his wedding. I want you all to comment on this post when you see it and just wish him the best in married life.
Thank you.
And just say it's okay to wear the trousers once in a while. Just let him know, okay?
Look at me. I am the trouser wearer now. Okay.
Hey, Irish.
Catch you guys later. Cheers, guys.